Good morning and welcome to another edition of our Technical Tuesday, our Facebook Live here at ARDEX. First of all, you might notice something different about today. I've managed to escape and I'm not at home today. I'm back in one of the academies, obviously ensuring that we're social distancing. In fact, there's only me in the building at the moment. Following the guidelines, etc., etc. But remember, when we're up and running these type of facilities, when we're allowed to get out a bit more, so on, these facilities will be back up and running. Again, I can't give you a date on that, but eventually, guys, please take the opportunity to come into the academies. Right, what we're going to be doing today, it's only a simple little thing. What I've decided to do is we'll talk a little bit about cap and cove installation using some of our new adhesives, okay? Traditionally, when we used to do, and when I was fitting many years ago, when we were cap and coving and that type of stuff, we used to use a lot of solvent adhesives and stuff like that. Well, obviously it's become, some people can suffer health-wise with solvents type of adhesives. Some people, it affects them more than others. And a lot of the environments where you need to be working with solvent adhesives, like hospitals or people's homes and stuff like that, becomes a little bit awkward. You have to do them out of hours, well ventilated areas and stuff like that. So we've brought out a solvent-free contact adhesive, which I'm going to show you today. And I'm going to also talk you through our 2525, our epoxy adhesive, and our 2575, which is our single component heavy duty adhesive. Again, can be used in them environments. But before we get into that, one of the things I thought I'd talk about today, and again, it happened to me quite a lot when I was on the tools, was, I don't know whether everybody can see that okay, you go to a job, the typical builder would tell you it's all ready for you, the room's all been plastered out, you get there, and for whatever reason, well, I know what reason is, instead of the plasterer just leaving the board slightly off the floor so no damp can get into it, that's where they finish it. Well up the wall, you've got these gaps and spaces and the walls are all over the place, usually around the bottom. What they do tend to do, no disrespect to the plasterers at all, when it's at the bottom, they always tend to leave snots and stuff like that, and then they work up from there. If you've got a void like that needs filling, then obviously the ARDEX A45 or ARDEX A46 is ideal for filling in them areas. So I'm just going to mix them up, just quickly show you how that's done. You guys know it. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. Please don't think I am. But there may be somebody in here that's not seen this type of product for patching that in before. Okay, very quick, goes off in about 30 minutes. Just remember, if you ever mix 45 or 46, yeah, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So 1 part water, 3 parts powder. And it always does make a difference with these type of products if you mechanically whisk them up. I don't know whether you can see me over there. So just bear with me, I'm sure you can still hear me. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the whisk and I say, mechanically it does make the product more creamy, more workable. So, very quick and very easy. Here I am, if you couldn't see me, I'm back in the shop. Okay, sorry about that. So again, slump free. All I'm going to do now is get some on the end of my trowel, like so, just patch in that void. Very simple, very easy. Your solvent-free contact will bond to that, not a problem. Very simple, easy repair around the bottom wall. Obviously mine's on a timber jig. You wouldn't be doing it on timber. Most of the wet rooms you're doing will have a concrete floor over there. Just remember, even in this environment, we should always be assessing the floor, do a damp test on it. If it's damp, it will need the damp-proof membrane. Just because you coat your vinyl at the wall you'll still have issues with your product if you don't put a damp strip in place. There you go, very simple and very easy. So it's easy to fill the gap. As you say, goes off in approximately 30 minutes. I just thought I'd show you that just as a bit of something different. Just say, I've been there many a time trying to scrap round, and I've had it as well, and you guys have probably had the same, where the builders, you say to the builder, you need to patch all them walls in. So they get one of the guys in to patch it all up. But to be honest, after he's done it, it isn't much better. So sometimes it is better off doing it yourself. So if you do have to do that, then ARDEX 846 or 845, ideal for doing that. If you haven't got a very good finish on it, you've probably all seen my video for earlier on down to the lock-in, the lockdown. You can always sponge finish it and so on. Let that go off, job done. So that's a little bit about the repairing, all right? So very important that you do that, then it'll support your cove forming. Many years ago, when I started in this industry, and I'm talking a long time now, sometimes we'd make a cove like that out of with 45 or 46 or that type of material, and use a milk bottle to shape the cove. Thank God them days I've got better than that. So I know there are some people that cove it off without a capping strip, but obviously most of the time ideal to use a capping strip. It supports the corner more and it stops it splitting and so on with the cleaning machines and stuff like that. Obviously there are various types of cappings about. You get a mini cove or this one, which is a slightly larger one. And they say just sit in there. So here's our ARDEX Solvent-Free. So fine for these areas where it's live buildings and stuff like that. Just get my brush. Now, always apply it to the PVC material first. One of the things with this product is you don't want too much on. Yeah, don't overdo it. A lot of guys sometimes think, oh, I need to really wallop that on to get it to work. Yeah, you don't need to. Nice and easy. Now, I won't, you know, I like to be honest when I do training. A solvent contact adhesive will go off a lot quicker than this type, just because of the nature of it. You're looking probably about 10 minutes for the solvent. With this one, you're probably looking at anything between 30 minutes to 40 for it to go off. Okay, so it's about being a little bit better organised. So we just cove it on, as you say, it's still a contact adhesive. You still have to spread it on both sides, like so. Same on the base. But what you can do with our solvent-free, if you want it to go off a bit quicker, now if you look at that, nice new brush, and it's laced it on quite a lot. I don't really want, you know, I don't want to put any more than that on, certainly. But what you can do with ours, as I say, is use a heat gun, fine line all your welders. Obviously you'll all have welders if you're doing cap and cove work, okay? I just encourage it, a bit of warmth, and it'll go off pretty quick for you. If you get a little bit of heat, same there. Try not to burn it, just try and get it to go off the quickest. So I don't know whether you noticed there, I did ours with a roller. Don't have to have a special applicator or anything like that. Roller applied was fine. Just swap that on there. Okay, you can see it's starting to go a little bit clearer, that's what you're looking for. If you're really, really organised, first thing in the morning, get all your lengths cut off, ready to go, get them all coated up, speed it up, which is say, naturally to dry, takes about 35 to 40 minutes to go off, yeah? Obviously, if I was doing a complete room, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be having to use this much heat on it. Just grab that, making sure it sits properly. Nice. Okay, that is same with your capping strips. Not an issue. Job done. Now, to the next stage. Vinyl. I'm going to turn it up the wall. Okay. I'll just go through this process with you. Notice that I applied it with a brush. We can also use a very, very fine roller, like I've got there. Okay. And what I'm going to do, what you guys didn't see before, like I say, about 10:30, well it was a little, about 10:35 I think it was, I coated the vinyl with some of this, and I say, I timed it, it took 35 minutes in this room to go off. And it's not overly warm in here today. Again, and you could do that up to 24 hours. So if you've got some drops that you're going to put in, some lengths ready off or whatever, you can cove them up the night before you go coat them up. Night before if you wanted to, before you went home. Put that on there. I will come back to any questions in a minute. Just bear with me. Phone's lighting up a bit here. Again, as you can see, not too quick, no special applicator, easy and simple. I want to speed that up. Like I say, on a small jig like that, it seems to be taking forever to go off. Actually, if you're coating up bigger areas, then it'll go off a lot quicker. Sorry, I'm not facing the camera. So obviously keep your glove fresh. I just pop it inside a bit of glove or a bit of a bag or something like that. Keeps it fresh. Clean my hands up. No smell, no odour. Obviously I know a lot of guys out there now are using tapes and stuff like that. That's fine. But this gives you another alternative. Another option of fitting. So, I'm just going to speed it up again. Again, if you've got a cold air fan on the job, you can get that going. Yeah, that would aid it to go off as well. Right, I'm just going to flash this up just so it brightens up the wall a little bit better. Again, don't worry about it catching fire. Anybody that's ever tried to warm a bit up with contact on, risking your lives, not so much of an issue with this. This is a bit of outro. I'm coving today. I've got that. got it dead on. You guys, you professionals out there, you know I only get one look at it. Look at this. Making sure it's going into the cove. Very important. Nothing worse than having the vinyl not into the cove. Just get my knife now. So you can see, taking it off, not an issue. Just get my knife now, just gently run it down the top. Hold it there, cut it, not an issue. Easy and simple. Now, whenever I demo this at trade shows, and I've probably seen a few of you at Harrogate last year, I know what you all want to do, and I would be doing exactly the same in your position. Okay, I'd be trying to pull at it. You pull at it now, it'll come away quite easy, because this type of product builds up its strength overnight. Okay, and that's something to remember when you've been a little bit skeptical with it. Just let it go off and pull at it. You know, you can check your bond strength tomorrow. Don't ask what it'll be like. So straight away, you can see it's pretty good bond on that. Okay, so that's it. Fine. Safe to use in them live buildings, not an issue. Very, you know, the odor is next to nothing. It's not harmful if there is one. EC1 Plus, so again, fine for that. So, in regards to the rest of the room, obviously you're not going to spread that all over the floor. So you've got two options. You've got the ARDEX. We'll talk about the ARDEX 2525 first. So, some areas people or part of the specification will be using epoxy adhesive. Well, ours is a two-part epoxy. Now, what's good about ours is, comes with a bottle, and obviously a liquid. You get your own gloves as well with part of the kit, because it's quite important that you wear gloves when you're doing it using epoxies. So you pour the liquid obviously into the paste and whisk it up. And in my day of using epoxy adhesives on site, and I'm sure some of you can relate to this, when you're spreading them, the first bit you pour out isn't too bad. And then you pour a bit more out the bucket, and it really is gone thick and treacly. In fact, it's really taking a lot of pressure on your arms to try and spread that out. What ours does, I'm not quite sure how the chemists have managed to do it, but they've managed to do it. It stays very, very liquidy throughout its working time. It's not going to go heavy and thick on it. It's probably one of the easiest that I've spread in my time in the flooring industry. So that's the option. Really good. Let it cure it. One of the other key things with both of these adhesives, well, I'll get back to that. But then you've got the other option if you don't want to mix two parts together, because this our ARDEX 2575 has got all the characteristics of an epoxy. Okay. Because it's got all the characteristics of epoxy, you could use this. It allows you to use it externally for fitting grass. You can use it for doing your wet rooms and all that type of scenario. So again, really, really good, and you don't have to mix it. Put the lid back on it, you can use it again. And obviously with this one, once you've mixed the two parts together, if you've got any left over, you're going to be throwing it away. But if you're doing a little job with small little wet rooms or you know, little disabled bathrooms or whatever, you know, you're probably going to get 2 or 3, maybe 4 out of the 1K, because you can use it again. So it's got its advantages over that, and I say it's fine out. Just going to go off the screen a minute, just so I want to show you something else. I will come back. We always talk, and it's still important that you roll your floors, okay? Still important that you roll your floors. But it's good to have a cork board, or even a bit of a board with a bit of carpet wrapped around, you know, round the ends off and put a bit of carpet around it. These type of things are really, really good for initially pushing out any trapped air that you might get, especially when you're dealing with these two types of products, yeah, getting any trapped air out, and then roll them, and then they should be fine, and let it go off to the recommended time, and leave it. So just to sort of go back a little bit over that, it's very important, as you say, you've still done your site assessments that we spoke about for a few weeks. Do your moisture tests, all right? And if it's damp, use your DPMs, depending on the type. If it's a new build, it's MVS. If it's an older build, it's the epoxy, okay, DPM 1C. And your NA on the top of the NA, or P4 and CL on top, no, sorry, or CL direct to the MVS, or P4 and CL to the DPM 1C. And then it should be good to go. But again, other things, get your vinyl conditioned, all right? Try and get it there before. If you go in there the day before to do your prep, yeah, get your vinyl there, okay? Get it ready, get it building up in that temperature. Sometimes it's not ideal, you can't roll it out in the area to get the maximum performance out of the product, but at least it's in that environment. Just slightly unroll it, untighten it, yeah? Just loosen it off in its coil. Again, the heat will get around it, and it'll perform far, far better for you, okay? So as you can see, and I say, just go for it. Like I say, here at ARDEX, you know, we do lots of training with other manufacturers, and we do hold a few courses throughout the year where we do the coving and capping installation. If you want to come on one of them, just get in touch, bring into our customer services. They can let you know when the next ones are going to be. Well, obviously, once this is all over, come along and you can have a go at doing that. And sometimes Ultra come along and support us with that, which is really good, because you've got two manufacturers giving you the most up-to-date information. So I'll just drop that on there, on that one. I'll just quickly turn the jig round. So look how many 45's going. Not quite, but it's almost there. Yeah, pretty good, pretty easy. All right. So that's a little bit of an induction on cap and cove. As you say, if you want to go on a course and learn how to weld and stuff like that, then as you say, speak to the guys at Altro, speak to the guys at Polyfloor, you know, and attend one of their courses, and they'll go through that in a lot greater depth, and they're really good. But yeah, there's some modern adhesives out there that make it a little bit easier. So, you know, give them a try, see what you think. Speak to me if you want some more guidance on it. You know, just let us know. We're there to support you guys. Okay. Last week's competition was to win a small DPM and a couple of bags of NA. I think I said I'd give away. No doubt our marketing people might throw a t-shirt in or something like that, or a bucket. Okay. Surprisingly, we only had 4 entrants. So obviously people can't be desperate for a tin of DPM. So I'm just going to pick one out. I am going to warn you now. The guy that won last week, he entered again, and the answer was 350 microns. Okay, his name's in the pot again. So let's see if he can be as lucky as he was. Or not. The winner today is Michelle. Okay, sorry Michelle, please accept my apologies. I can't pronounce your surname, but Michelle, you've got a tin of DPM and some NA coming your way. So good easy systems, easy to use, and safe for us in our jobs, in our job roles, because I've spent many years using that solvent-free, solvented contact adhesive, and I do wonder sometimes what it has done to my health, even though we had masks on and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you know, you think about that. So all you young people, if any young people are tuning in today, you know, there are better systems now to look after you guys. Okay. So we're going to give a couple of these solvent-free away next week. So we'll probably do a solvent-free. In fact, I tell you what we'll do. We'll do a solvent-free, an epoxy, and the 1K. We'll put the three adhesives together in a bundle. I'll sort you out a couple of ARDEX t-shirts as well from my stock here at the Academy. Now I'm back. And the question is, I'm trying to think of a question. The question is, the AF 620, okay, once you've spread them, two sides, how long have you got? How long can you leave it to put the two pieces together? Okay, it'll be in the data sheet. It'll be somewhere like that. If you want to look that up, okay, answer the question, and you're in the chance then to win them 3 pots next week. Let's see if we can get a few more than 4 in there next week. But you should say, read the data sheet, and it'll tell you on there. I say, just before we finish, I hope you found that a little bit of an insight, a little bit of an idea of how you could get yourself out of trouble, how you could deal with these things if you've got, if you're not allowed to use solvents, you're not sure about a tape, or you've had trouble with tapes in the past for whatever reason, and so on. There is another system out there. But please, when you first use it, I know what you'll do. You'll be pulling it back. You'll be thinking, not sure about that. Yeah. Let it go off overnight, and you will notice the difference. Okay, guys. Again, I hope you found that interesting. Just remember, our technical support managers, they're still out on the road. If you need technical support, technical advice, just ring into ARDEX, the main number at ARDEX. If you've got the guys' local numbers, you're more than welcome to ring them direct, and they're still there to support you. We're still going out doing moisture tests. We're still going out writing recommendations and specifications. The biz dev team is still working out there working. If you want further guidance on some big projects, you want a proper full ARDEX spec put together, usually which goes to architects, get the biz dev guys involved. My guys, again, will write your specification if need be. But we are there to support you guys. Please, don't be frightened. Give us a call. We don't bite, okay? And it's a free service, all right? And again, if you're struggling to get hold of any materials still, I think things are getting better out there now. Hopefully, most of you now, just can see some work coming in, or the chance of doing some work, obviously in a safe way. Hopefully things are improving for you. That's what I want to say. And thank you for everybody that's tuned in. But if you are struggling to get hold of any materials, please give us a ring. And we'll try and help out where we can, point in the right direction, see if we can help out, even get material to you if need be, and stuff like that. Like I say, we're there to support you throughout this time, guys. And please, if you please, like I say, just call. Right, that is about it from me. You've seen it, it's done, fitted. Nothing else to say, really. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in again. Hope you found that interesting. What I'd like to do, if somebody really wants to see something different, and don't be frightened, anything to do with subfloor prep or anything like that, give us a ring. We can show you some other products. You might want to see the ARDEX K15, the ARDEX K15 HB to build the floor up. Some of you guys might want to see the chippings going in the NA to bulk it out and get a few tips with that. Guys, if you want to see something, just drop us a message in the box here, or drop us an email, and we can follow that up. So I'm just going to quickly see if I've got any questions. See if anybody's from our guys have sent them through. Okay. So he says A14 has always been suitable for use under DPM. If you're going under DPM with our rapid repair mortars, I would prefer you to use the A46, because A46 is our external product, so it would be better in that environment. Okay, I'll just scroll down the page here just to see if anybody else. Excuse me, that I'm coming a bit. See if there's anybody else. For the guy that said he's not heard of A46 before, originally the first ARDEX product that came out was the Arja Rapid. Okay, We've just built on that. So 46 is, you know, is a later version. But as you say, it's one we use in the building with our building product range more because it can be used externally and that type of stuff. So look, I'm just going down. Gareth, that's interesting. You've used the 620 last year, but pretty sure you used it wrong. Yeah, we get a few people that I've been out to a few sites where people have used it, and they're still treating it like a solvent. Okay, you've just got to handle it slightly different. Okay, you know that's the thing. But get in touch, and we can give you some more guidance. Or again, come on down here or so on if it's something you're interested in. If we can see we can move that forward. Okay, going through any more. Chris Hughes, I'm on site measuring and looking at some old horrendous old vinyl tiles. Watching this is much more interesting. Well, Chris, I'm going to give you a free t-shirt and a bucket for that, mate. Yeah, you actually think I'm more interested than that, so I'm going to give you that. Okay. I hope our marketing team are watching to remember to send that. Just going through any more of this there. Again, Gareth, 1K adhesive it's something special. Yeah. We were the first, you know, one of the first to bring something like that into the industry, and it really was well received. Okay. What's the name of the glue for the little one? It's the ARDEX. The solvent-free is AF620. Okay. The 1K AF2575. If you're after the epoxy, it's ARDEX AF2525. Okay. But again, enter the competition. You might get a chance of winning that. I'm just going down the list. Let's put the question on there. Say, what's the maximum amount of time you've got to put the two parts together with the AF620? Maximum amount of time you've got to put the two together. Okay. I think. Okay, Wade, that's quite a good one. We might look at that next week, especially now I can get in the academies. We might look at showing you how to build a floor out and trying to get it somewhere near. Okay, might be a good little exercise. So might cover that next week. Thank you for the suggestion. All right. I think that is about it, guys. I think I've caught up with all your questions. So again, finally for me, I know you're not obviously realised by now I can go on a bit. All right. Finally for me, guys, thanks for tuning in. Catch up with you again next Tuesday. As I say, we'll take some suggestions off here if anybody's got any, and we'll put it to practice and see how they go. So again, thanks, guys. See you all next week, and I hope you found that useful. Remember, our technical support team is still there. If you're struggling, give us a shout. Switch it off. No, that's just let me do it. There you go.